everybody has the chance to do it. It's what we are. We're all living. Oh no. Okay, now I'm confusing the words. We're all alive. But living is really making the most of every moment and appreciating what you have, striving for what you don't have, and making the best of it. That's the difference.
Hi everyone on TJ's channel. My name is Jaron of Jaron or Potato Man Rocks on YouTube. The difference between living and being alive is when you're living your day to day, you're doing things like going to bed, waking up, going to work, and whatever. But when you're being alive, it means that you're doing something that matters. So when I make my videos and I hope that I inspire someone else to do something, that's me feeling alive and being alive.
The difference between living and being alive, if most people are just alive because they aren't in the present, living means you are able to process things as they're happening and find happiness in the moment-to-moment seconds in your life.
I would say that living is just surviving and being alive is to be
Doing things with your life.
Like just excited and loving instead of just living.
Yeah, living is just surviving, eating, sleeping, drinking. Being alive is doing stuff with your life.
Yeah, being alive is like feeling something with excitement, doing something with your life, and just living is kind of surviving.
Hello everyone, my name is Loraine Bradley. I was posed with a question. What is the difference between living and being alive? And my response was, living, you have a purpose. You moving forward in your destiny. You striving for what you want. And also in the process of living, you giving somebody else a little bit of hope. Alive, you just here. We all are alive. But what are you doing? Nothing. Day by day, you sit there, you have the same old routine. What are you producing? Plant a seed somewhere so it can grow, then it'll be living too. And the same seed you plant may be living in someone else.
You could be like living, but you know you're not really like not pursuing anything in your life, or nothing like that. Being truly like living and alive, you're passionate, you're going after something, you have goals set, and you're exploring. You're going above the regular person's, I guess, daily life. You just try to exceed that.
To me, I guess living would just be anything that's alive, I guess. Like, basically anything that takes in nutrients is considered growing and changing, like grass, trees, us, my dog over there on my bed. They all count as living to me. It's just kind of like a definition to being able to breathe. Being alive would probably be when you're living your life to the fullest. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be like super excited, full on adrenaline or anything. It really just means that you have to be like completely content with your life at the very least. Like, there may be like bad stuff or something that just happened in your life that's not good, but if you're still like generally happy, like that is your main emotion, then I would say that that would be living alive. Then I would say that that's being alive.
Well, I mean, I know what the answer is supposed to be. It's one is just you're surviving, you're doing the bare minimum, and then being alive is making sure that you're not letting your dreams be dreams, and try your best to enjoy yourself, doing what you're interested in and making the most of your life.
Hey TJ, what's up cousin? It's Chris. Sorry for sending this video really late, but what is the difference between living and being alive? So you can kind of see it two ways, right? And I see it as living, or actually let's say being alive, right, is a state of just being alive, right? You're eating, looking around, smelling, breathing. I mean, just in a state of, you know, having a heartbeat, and not necessarily having a sense of direction, right? But when we when we ask ourselves, you know, are we living, right? Or vice versa, you could take either or. When we're living, it's the state of doing something with action, right? It's the ability to have a direction and have or find a means of purpose in getting somewhere. So, you know, you could either say, oh, I want to be alive, or, you know, I'm living life, right? That's more of the actions and the decisions that we make from being alive or living, right? I hope that makes sense. But overall, it's, you know, I mean, I think, for example, there's just a lot of people who work day to day and don't really look forward to anything outside because they're just living or trying to survive, right? We would say that that's, you know, less fulfilling, I would say. But, you know, usually when people have kids or a family, or when they really want to see what's out there in the world, that is a state of, again, wanting to explore and feeling like they're being, or they're living life, right? Or they're being alive. So it's as easy as it is to differentiate the two. I hope, you know, you're living life or being alive, right? And not the latter. And I'm glad to see you, you know, work, but also do your passions like YouTube. And when I see your videos and when you share that, it's like a sense of you, like, you know, being alive, you know, and living life and showing and sharing the talents that you have. And that is just way important than just waking up in the morning, getting a paycheck, and not really doing anything for yourself or not feeling good. So, yeah. All right, cuz. Hope to see you soon. Love you.
So you never really know what that's like. You don't know what it's like because you haven't died. You haven't experienced death and come back to life. You haven't because no one has. There are people who've come into comas. There are people who've gotten heart attacks. There are people who've pretty much lost it all and maybe internalized what they think death might be, but you don't know what it is. But what we do know is life. We do know what it's like to be alive because we're alive right now. We're in the present. So we as humans spend so much time worried about death, and then we give death a horrible negative sort of impression. And it's so bad because it doesn't get jig with us. It doesn't go right with what we do. And it's horrible. Death, I think, it's a good thing. When you arrive to it, whether your time is long or short, you get there, you're there. There's nothing you can do about it. You move on. An issue that I have seen happen in my life, in my small years I've been on this planet, is that when I've been a part of or have seen people who've passed, you know, they pass away, but they've never really lived a life. My father has always said, Matthew, how can you die if you've never lived? That didn't make sense to me until much later when I realized, I was like, you know what? That's true. But then how do you know what it's like to live if you're not living? At what point do you realize that you're alive? I'll tell you when. It's when you know that you're as light as a cloud. When everything is going just like you planned, your childhood dreams are coming true, your dreams as an adult are coming true, your small accomplishments that you've made in your life are coming true, that you're living the life that you want to live in full control of what you want to do. And everything just seems to work. Some people say at that point in your life is when all the stars line up. Some people say in that point in your life, man, this is the best day I've ever had. I'm gonna go play a lottery ticket. Man, that's a good feeling because you're alive. I guarantee at that point you're not thinking about death. You're not thinking about your funeral. You're not thinking about someone else's. You're grateful within yourself to say within yourself and feel within yourself that you're alive. So if you were to ask me what we talked about in the beginning, about life and death, I'm going to tell you that you are alive and that you are going to continue to be alive. And this is just going to be amazing because life is so grand, it's infinite. And you just keep going. You continue life. We all stick together. And we all live off of one another. And we all feed off of one another. And we all exchange emotions off of one another. And we all console one another. That's life. Life is worth living. Life wasn't meant to die, which is why we've passed it on for generations and generations and all of a millennia.